Hi everyone, it's me Mathias from Knowhere Games and Comics, and I'm with a special guest, a local comic writer.
Kaminski. I am the writer, co-creator, publisher, and letterer of The Resistance and Hyperaction from Big Blue Comics. High-action science fiction about alien refugees, human outlaws, and bounty hunters 100 years in the future.
It's a great new comic that we now carry here at Knowhere Games and Comics, and we wanted to take this opportunity, since we have KJ in here for a signing, to talk a little bit more. So KJ, can you tell me a little bit about the background on what led you to create The Resistance?
Well, The Resistance I co-created with one of my best friends in high school, Jason Krause, who is also the current character designer. Back then, just influenced by things like G.I. Joe and X-Men, and saw Image come out and knew that we had to do our own thing. 20 years later, when I found an opportunity to be able to publish my own books again, I had to bring these characters back, and so we started with The Resistance and the Broadcast Offensive miniseries.
Yeah. And it is honestly a great read, having read it myself.
Thank you so much.
And I'm very happy to be carrying it in the store, and hopefully you guys will all learn to love it too. So on that note, we know that it's very wonderfully and perfectly described as a mixture of G.I. Joe and X-Men in the future. But can you tell us a little about the main characters and what their objective is in the new series here?
Well, in the series, the team is fighting against this oppressive corporate state that's secretly being run by some of the other aliens. And our leader, Interval, it's actually her fault all the aliens are stuck on Earth. And now that they're taking advantage of the humans, she feels some guilt and a sense of responsibility to try and bring the power back to the people. So she puts together a team of uncompromising individuals like herself to try and help the people, the downtrodden and the unemployed.
Honestly, a great concept and everything. So you self-published this through your own publishing company, Big Blue Comics. And you started out through a crowdfunded campaign on Kickstarter, correct?
No, I self-funded these first 6 books completely on my own. From hiring the artists, putting the books out, and up to this point, it's all been self-distribution through our website and conventions. Recently, we had a successful Kickstarter for our next issue, which is a one-shot featuring one of the characters from The Resistance, Kestrel. And that will be coming out, and will be here at Knowhere Games and Comics in July.
All right. So another awesome thing you can look forward to. So right now, as KJ has actually, put out, he is the one self-publishing everything, and he has been putting this out for a while. To give you guys the traditional comic feel, though, we're going to be putting it out once every 2 weeks. So issue number 1 is out today. It actually was first on our shelves this Wednesday, along with the new comics. And that means in 2 more weeks, so 2 more Wednesdays, we'll have issue number 2, correct?
Sure, yeah.
All right. So make sure you keep checking back.
Just one last thing I want to mention is one of the great things about the book is the art. Fantastic art by veteran artist Jason Johnson, who did the miniseries. He got to start at Wildstorm Studios back in the day, working on books like Gen 13, and more recently doing things like Knight Rider and The Howling. And then, of course, Hyperaction features art from Ben Herrera and Jason Howard, who recently did Trees with Warren Ellis and Super Dinosaur from Robert Kirkman. Yeah. And then Ben Herrera, he did X-Men Adventures back in the 90s, and recently came back to comics, and once I got a hold of him, I won't let him go.
So it's really an all-star cast of creators on here, and the cool thing is, once again, it's local. I mean, KJ is here from northern San Diego County. Wildstorm used to be down in La Jolla, Oceanside, so yeah.
Ben Herrera, I met at the San Diego Comic-Con, and it turned out he lived less than a mile away from me in Oceanside.
So, in all honesty, I know we live in a community that loves supporting small businesses, local creators, all of that small, close, you can feel it, tangible thing. So it is definitely worth your time to check out Big Blue Comics, The Resistance, and Hyperaction. Currently exclusive to Knowhere Games and Comics, as well as all the wonderful conventions that this man attends.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching. We really hope you come in and give it a shot. And we'll see if we can, make sure there's a few signed copies still floating around in case you missed the signing today. Thanks for
so
watching,
much.
guys.